Well, you got to look at the buy rate he's drawing, right? And if you have a fighter who is conservative or doesn't get off, doesn't open up, and also doesn't drive numbers, you cut him. But if he's still doing good anytime anyone is doing good numbers and attracting interest and popularity, they're a draw. If they can draw money, then they stay on the card. Um, so I don't know. Is he successful? Is he box office or what's?
Well, I mean, I think his antics draw interest, but then when he fights, the fights are not interesting.
So he talks tough, and people tune in because he talked tough, and then he's conservative and doesn't open up.
Right.
Well, that's disappointing. And back in the day, that would be a conversation uh, between one of the executives or the matchmaker and that fighter. John Peretti would do stuff like that. Joe Silva would do stuff like that, where you say, "Hey, dude, we love you, but this is a fight. So if you don't fight, we have a problem." Um, but
I
again,
can I
it's
can think some of those guys were probably like Pat Miletich, perhaps. Randleman sometimes. Randleman looked like he could kill anyone, but
yep, yep,
occasionally he just wouldn't pull the
yep,
trigger. Yeah.
yep, and the matchmaker or the executive that has that conversation with you is doing you a favor, right? Because they're telling you what we're thinking about from a brand perspective, and what's best for the brand and what's best for the show is exciting fights. And we want exciting. You want exciting fights. You want fighters to open up, let it all hang out. But there's a lot of risk. Guys don't want to lose these days. There's a lot of money at stake, so that's hard. Potentially, you one thing you could do is obviously bring in some killers to either force them to open up or to squash them, right? Um, because usually a conservative fighter is susceptible to aggression. Um, and if
He's
they're not
pretty good
susceptible to it,
defensively. He's
mm-hmm.
pretty solid defensively.
Well, he'd have to be if
Yeah.
he's made his way. But yeah, that's a challenge, and it's even more, like I said, if it's even more of a challenge if the person is drawing good numbers. Then you have, what can you do really? Because if the people are tuning in, then they're happy, right? The only people not happy are maybe the people in the arena that night, or the executives or the matchmaker or whomever that wants to see